welcome. Here we go. It's that time again. Matt Connarton Unleashed. And we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious and, dare I say, somewhat spring-like downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. Of course, you can find all your streaming options at mattconnerton.com. And hello to our new friends at Raw Talk Online. And, of course, the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. And it is Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. And I am not alone. Jenny is here. Hello, at the news desk.
I am.
Yes, yes.
I am terrified, so.
Why?
Because I have a really disruptive view today.
What, you have a what?
A disruptive view.
Disruptive view?
Yes, I can't take my eyes off this face on the back of your screen facing me.
Oh.
The eyes are just like, they're following me. Dude,
Yeah.
like, it's like Peter's giant head, but smaller.
Well, it looks
but
like
not Peter.
Right. It looks like Peter White with the mustache of Don T. Tibbetts.
It's if Don and Peter had a child. This is what I would assume that it would look like.
I don't have a way to show it to the audience online, unfortunately, but
that does stink. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up.
That's okay.
But it's creeping me out.
Yes, yes.
It just won't stop looking at me.
And that's not all. Speaking of Peter White and his face.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting over there next to the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead, Christian Lacoss is here.
This is the closest you'll see me to Peter.
What's that?
This is the closest you'll see me to Peter.
Right.
Well, that's because he still has that restraining order against you.
Yeah. You should talk to EZG about that.
Yeah, he's got experience in that department.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he can help you out, maybe.
Maybe.
He'll be joining us at 4:30 for the entertainment report, the vaunted entertainment report. Can't wait. So I hope Scott Robinson is listening. Get your pen and paper
get the
ready.
Pen out. I'm ready.
Amanda McCarthy tour
get
dates.
my dates.
Yes.
Yes.
By the way, today is and we have some EZG dropped something off earlier that we'll get to.
Oh, yes. I think I know what that is.
But today is a wonderful day, too. I was very excited earlier because that song that I opened with, that What's Q Got to Do With It? Mm-hmm. That's a song parody by a gentleman I found on the YouTube recently named Philip Markle. And
the person that ruined Tina Turner.
Oh, I love what he his stuff is really funny.
Good. I have to admit, it's really good.
But
find yourself kind of singing along.
It was down. It was down for a couple of weeks. So YouTube pulled it. I remember I was all excited.
Oh.
I found it a couple of weeks ago, and I was all excited. I was I got to play this on the show. This is great. And then YouTube pulled it, and they finally put it back up.
Maybe he won. Maybe Tina Turner was like, "Oh, that's cool. Do it."
He appealed it. And the reason I know, so I found him on Instagram, and I found the post where he posted.
You dug deep.
Where he posted the release of the video, and I commented on it, and I said, "Yeah, YouTube took it down." And he said, "Yeah, it's BS that they took it down. We're appealing it." So he appealed it and got it put back up.
Oh, you actually got to talk to the guy? Or are you just saying reading his post?
I commented. Well, I sort of got to speak to him
via comments.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you don't actually you're not on a first name basis with him.
No.
That would be cool. I mean,
Oh, EZG says my entertainment report will be on Thursday at 4:30 p.m.
See, did it to me again.
Did I misunderstand what he?
Listen, buddy. Pick a day, will you?
Yeah, but no.
It was Wednesday, then you moved it to Tuesdays. Then it was on Thursdays. Then it was back to Tuesdays. Then you told Matt yesterday it was today. I swear you told him yesterday it was today.
Eric's just a busy person, okay?
No, he's doing this on purpose.
Because he wants to move in.
He's just keeping me confused.
He does want to move in. Do you like the bunk beds idea?
Nope.
Okay.
I may have suggested it, but nope.
I'm not no.
I had a talk with management of the house, and
I say
we
nay.
all agree. Yeah, we all agreed. This is not a good idea.
You don't like the idea of in the middle of the night, Christian? Hello, are you awake?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, I'm good.
You gotta go too?
Nope.
I can come with you.
That'd
We
be-
can hold hands.
Yeah, you guys could be bathroom buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, this whole YouTube thing.
What do you mean, this whole YouTube thing?
I'm just off Matt was saying about YouTube. YouTube takes literally anything down at this
Well,
point.
doesn't an artist have a right to protect their product and decide where it's used and not
We've
used?
been in this one. We've
Well,
been in this
Because
argument
I'm on
before.
the side of the artist.
You're assuming that Tina Turner or someone associated with her management had a problem with it. It sounds like.
I
don't-
would like to assume they don't, but
I
I
have a
guess in a
different-
way you have to assume that they do.
I have
and
a
you
different-
have to get permission.
I have a different theory. I think what happened is because it's about QAnon, I think it just got caught. I think a bot. I don't think it was a human who
You think it was accumulated
down?
sweep,
No.
I should say.
No, although that would be interesting. No, I think
No, you know what I mean? Like cleaning off all of the garbage.
well,
from-
yeah, that right.
Yeah.
That is what I think it got caught up in I think a bot took it down because an actual human would have seen that it was a parody.
Given what has happened in our country, I absolutely am glad that they erred on
Yeah.
the side of caution. You know,
Yeah.
we can put the good stuff back, but
But
I can't believe I'm saying this. I have never been somebody to say something like that.
But I think what happened is a bot
when you see what it can really cause.
ran across it and took it down, and then he appealed it, and then an actual human was able to look at it and see, oh, this is actually a song parody. This isn't promoting QAnon.
YouTube is just weird
It's
on-
making fun of QAnon.
Like, it's super strict on stuff like that, but you can totally post up a cult. You can
Yep.
share like really crazy beliefs. You can tell people just about anything. That's okay.
I had a friend that does pranks and stuff like that on YouTube. He just got his whole channel taken down last week. He had to go through hoops to get
what was
get
the
his channel.
reason for it being taken down, though?
I believe I've had this conversation with you before. He doesn't exactly know.
I'm going to have a conversation with you later.
Oh.
No, I'm only kidding.
Just
No.
it was something
Like-
something about a video in 2012.
Really?
yeah, well, you just never know. We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hoo-ah!
Oh, I know that. Hoo-ah. It's Tony D
Yeah, that's right.
from the
Oh my
Tony D
God.
Show.
Maddie,
Yeah.
you're picture in picture.
I know. Yes.
Woohoo!
Pretty fancy, huh?
21st century dude.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Hi,
And then
Tony.
there's just me.
We're flying today.
Mm.
You guys are flying.
Yeah, we upgraded.
Is Christian on the payroll?
No, not yet.
He gets 3
Okay.
times the amount Easy gets, plus a
Get
0.
Free sloppy Joes.
Sloppy Joe.
Hey,
Sloppy
listen.
Joe.
See, I like that song.
Mm. Yeah.
Lunch lady.
Jenny witnessed me cook for the first time yesterday.
I helped you, and I was absolutely proud of you. You
I
did
cooked
very
home
well.
fries, guys.
You made his
Round of
first round of
applause.
home
What did you
fries.
make? What did you make?
I made home fries and scrambled eggs. And I didn't burn the eggs, and I didn't burn the home fries.
And they were all edible and delicious.
I'm not sure about edible.
You ate them.
Did you make the eggs with mayo when you scrambled
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Some weird Philly stuff, ain't
That must be a Philly thing.
You
Now
know,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
they
try
got a
it,
thing
though.
about their mayonnaise, don't they?
I'm definitely going to try
them?
it.
You put a little bit of milk in there, and then you put a little scoop of mayo. and then
No.
you you
Tony,
scramble
you're
it
not
up, and then
okay.
you put it in
Tony,
there,
this
and
is an
they're extremely
That's
intervention.
fluffy.
wrong.
Tony, this is an intervention. We need to have a talk later on, you and me.
That's just wrong.
I'm a
dude.
bit concerned. If I have to move you up to New Hampshire myself,
I like fluffy eggs, dude.
You get fluffy eggs by beating the crap out of them and using half and half. That's how you
Fluffy
get
eggs.
fluffy eggs. You got to really beat them so you get a lot of air bubbles in there.
I think you and Tony, Christian. I think you and Tony should do a cooking show online. Just
I don't know, man. The last show we
Just,
did.
You just hope Barry doesn't find it.
Oh, you did it.
Well,
I looked around for berries today. I couldn't find
I
them.
was just picking a
Last time
random name.
me and Christian did a show together, we had some people that were
yeah.
We had some
severely
Evil
upset.
Maddie.
Yeah.
severely upset. Hey, Tony, that's just what we
Evil
do. We
Maddie.
make people mad and then don't care.
We got blocked on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of issues. All kinds of issues.
Canadians
They were
don't
almost
like us
fisticuffs.
for-
Oh, yo. Tony likes to, try to.
Hand-to-hand combat, as Giuliani predicted.
Hey Christian, we could easily say that Canadians do not like us.
Remember that time you tried to hook me up with a Canadian?
That's not true. The Hop not like
and then
us.
didn't tell me, and then that Canadian came and told me? Dude,
Hey, A for effort.
A for effort. It didn't get anywhere, though. But thanks for caring, though.
listen, we need to seriously do something about mental health awareness, and I'm actually calling to reach out about this. The hospital systems are a complete and total utter joke. I've been on the phone today with multiple people from the hospital that I was at recently with my bout of my PTSD, and the way that I was treated, and the way that I was handled, and the way that I was thrown into a hallway and not even looked upon while I was there. I was at a hospital for 4.5 hours going through a mental crisis and trying to get help, and the best they could do is give me 2 Tylenol. There needs to be more talk on national airwaves about mental health, and I'm not even like kidding when I say this. Like, I'm going to strive to do the best that I can with the little bit that I have to try to make this work and try to make some type of movement, because mental health is a disease. Okay, it's nothing less than someone that has Alzheimer's disease, that has fibromyalgia, whatever it may be. It's a disease. It's a disease of the brain, and I am sickened to the point that these doctors in these emergency rooms look past it and say, well, I'm not a psychiatrist. Well, I'm at the point where I need to get an understanding of why there's not a psychiatrist on call or someone that specializes in this stuff, instead of being thrown into a room, shackled to a chair like I'm some type of friggin' prisoner, and then being told that, oh, you need to follow up with a psychiatrist after sitting in a room for 7 hours. There has to be a movement. This is absolutely absurd that people who suffer with PTSD, bipolar, manic episodes, whatever it may be, and they're being shunned to the side because
I feel like, Tony,
hang on. Tony, I get you. I hear you, and I can talk about exactly what you're talking about because I worked in the emergency room and I worked with emergency psychiatric patients. And I can tell you what's happening is that we don't invest enough money, bottom line. Nobody does. When a hospital emergency department is operating, the operation of the emergency department is to save life. The people who are about to die go first. Everybody else gets pushed to the back. And that's the way it has to work to save lives in the emergency department. And emergency doctors are trained in a lot of stuff, including some psych stuff, but they're not psychiatrists. And they're not skilled to treat somebody who needs long-term mental health care. I watched the emergency department that I worked in build an entirely new emergency department, way more rooms, an entire unit put aside just for psych, that we're going to have psych clinicians working in it with dedicated nursing staff, where people were on camera to protect them, where they could, because we have to be that concerned. I've taken care of the patient that tried to kill me and wanted to try and kill themselves. But what happens is we don't put enough in there. They built this whole new unit, all new beds. And you know what happened within months? Just ran out. And then what happens is all the mental health patients, there's some clinicians back there and they're doing the best that they can.
But
what these people need is long-term inpatient care. What we don't have is long-term inpatient care beds. The state of New Hampshire, for example, years ago shut down the children's dedicated psychiatric facility and then put children in the same building as adults. And you wonder why we have problems. We always cut corners on psychiatry. We do not take care of the mental health in emergency. There's not enough money. There's not enough clinicians. There's not enough beds.
Well, also, too, right now, all of those problems are exacerbated by the pandemic.
Exponentially.
Because so much of these resources are being drained.
Peak right now because of the pandemic. People are starting to learn.
We're not that far removed from our past when we would hide people who were psych cases in the closet and not talk about it. It was the family shame. It's not that long ago. We're still dealing with these stupid stigmas that end up costing people's lives. And we don't invest the money. Ask a Republican or a Democrat, where are you going to put the money? And where are you going to take it from to put it there? Nobody's going to give you an answer.
Because I don't know where to allocate the money from.
But Biden can give $30 million to Wuhan, right? But he just gave $30 million to Wuhan. and I'm a Biden guy, but what the hell, man? I mean, like, I'm sitting in an emergency room, and I've been dealing with this for 3.5 weeks of going through my PTSD with no answers. I'm 4 months away from being able to see my doctor. Luckily, my doctor, Christian knows this, my doctor's cool as hell.
Oh, yeah.
He calls me.
It sounds like
says,
a failure of your particular system, though.
Whatever hospital system you're in.
I have to be honest. My therapist has been consistently available to me. I've had regular appointments. Granted, they're over a computer. It's not my favorite, but we have continued without missing a step on my therapy. And I don't understand why they're cutting corners down there like that.
Yeah, it varies wildly from state to state.
You know why? Because there's no national standard. Because we made it a states' rights issue. There's no national standard. Everybody gets to play how they want to. And his state is obviously not being there, dropping the ball. There's no reason why you should have to wait that long to see a provider. You should be seeing a provider inside of a week of an emergency situation at best. At worst, I should say.
But it's a whole nother story with juveniles.
Oh, that's
a whole nother story. They're on top of it. They're on top of it. When it's a juvenile situation, they're very on top of it.
Melanie Fedderson in the chat room points out human services are always first on the chopping block, and then people who then self-medicate are shamed for it.
And then not only that, human services is, wait a minute, because I want to add something to this that's important, especially for the state of New Hampshire. What also happens is human services is used as the piggyback, the Christmas tree to stick everything on. Mm-hmm. For example, when I was angry because the Liquor Commission didn't spend any of their $2.2 million profit on preventing or working towards preventing underage drinking and deaths during prom seasons. And the excuse that I was given was that is a human services issue. So it was line itemed out of the budget every biennium and put on Health and Human Services on their plate to add to their overburdened shoulders already and the people who are already falling through the cracks. They washed their hands of their responsibility and threw it at Health and Human Services. That happens in more than just New Hampshire.
Even got through, though. Like, dude, if I want to go drink on prom night, that is not a mental health issue. That's me wanting to go drink on prom night with my friends. No,
I raised the issue only because what I'm saying is that other governmental departments and heads will push issues onto Health and Human Services that should be divvied up through the different departments, that should be stepping up in your specialty and taking care of it. That's not what they're doing. They push it to Health and Human Services. So all the kids who who need help, all the kids who have IED programs, everybody who's home, everything is pushed on Health and Human Services, and they're the first budget cut. And you wonder why we have the issues we do in our country. But we'll put way more money into investing how much money we spend out of state to attract people to come into our state to buy alcohol because it's tax-free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The moral that I'm trying to get to here is that the system is broken. All right, I've been through the system.
We've said this so many times.
I was institutionalized for 4.5 months of my life, a summer and a half ago, and the system is broken. And when I go through bouts of this, like I am now, which luckily my doctor was able to give me something to break it, but the system is broken. There's no help. There's no help. I don't care. You can tell me till you're blue in the face that you can go to the emergency room. Go to the emergency room. The emergency room is only going to sit there and take your blood and push you to the side or try to institutionalize you and then give you an appointment for 4.5 months later. I'm not the only one. There's hundreds of people that I have spoken to on certain blogs and forums that have been waiting months upon months just to get in for a consultation, not even to get medicated. Look, medication is not the cure for everything. Medication is 40% of the mental health. 70% of it also then comes from you to be able to control it. Medication just numbs it, but you got to work on it. But I'm so sick and tired of hospitals looking past it. I understand you are an ER physician for someone who has a broken bone or comes in and they're pooping out black and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to be funny, but when I come into a hospital and I'm going through a mental crisis, something that could possibly end my life, because it gets to that point, and then you're pushed to the side and said, you got to follow up with a specialist. There needs to be something in place for those type of situations. Yes, I agree. There needs to be parts of the hospital that need to be set for psychiatric emergencies, whether it's juvenile or whether it is an adult. But the system across the country is completely broken. Do you know the national rate for suicide this year went up by 22.5%? 22.5% went up. And that's just in the United States. That's not the world.
I didn't know it had gone.
I all of it.
I knew it had gone up, but I didn't know it had gone up that much.
I'm not surprised.
22.5%.
No.
22.5%. It's gone up, and it's not being addressed. You know who? You know, the VA hospital is a joke for people that go through this because they wait and wait. And I got friends that serve that have the same exact symptoms that I do of PTSD. And they wait, and then all of a sudden you lose a friend, and then you lose another friend.
There's
a big scandal up here with the VA, wasn't it?
Well, there was a scandal nationally with the VA. A mini scandal. It blew over way too quickly, but they had set up a hotline, a national hotline for veterans who were feeling suicidal and who were in serious trouble. And what happened was you would call the hotline and you'd leave a voicemail. And then so the VA set up this hotline where you could leave a voicemail, and then they literally just forgot about it. And then when somebody finally remembered they had set up this hotline, nobody knew the password. And then when they finally figured out the password to get to the voicemail, it turned at least a couple of veterans who had called the hotline, who they finally followed up with, had actually committed suicide. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But it's not the fault. The fault is really high. It's at the bureaucracy level. It's at government and bureaucracy levels. It's not the fault of the doctor in the ER. He's doing everything that he can. He or she's doing whatever they can to take care of the various patients in the ER from all walks of life, all ages, and different reasons why they're in there. We do not, as a whole of our society, do not invest the money that is needed to put the people in place to take care of mental health.
But what makes me different from a guy that comes in with a broken arm?
The difference between I can do something about that broken arm and get you home. For you that's having a mental health crisis, what I can do for you is keep you safe.
Stabilize someone.
What I can do is keep you safe and then get you into an appropriate facility because I am not the appropriate provider for you. You need somebody that is highly skilled in psychiatric care. That's no ER doctor ever. There's no way they can obtain 2 different PhDs. It's not going to happen. They do the best that they can to stabilize you, keep you safe, and send you to the right place to get care.
So an ER doctor, you're telling me an ER doctor can't go ahead and provide Ativan to someone through an IV to calm them down in a mental crisis state?
Not necessarily, because it's not necessarily appropriate in the situation for him to do so. And it's really hard to make a judgment call on any action.
I disagree.
I understand. I respectfully disagree with you. As somebody who worked in the emergency department, it is entirely dependent upon the situation, the patient, everything that's going on with that person. You can't just arbitrarily say you should just give a drug.
I know that I've known people who it seems to depend. It almost seems like a crapshoot, just because just people I've talked to over the years who've gone to the ER who've been in that situation. Sometimes they get put on something to help, like right then and there, and other times but other times too, like
that a lot of times comes down to the providers themselves, though.
I think it was 2013, maybe, my one trip to the ER where my suicidal ideations had become severe enough where I thought I might actually harm myself, and basically I had to sit in a rubber room for a couple of hours until I could convince somebody that, no, I wasn't going to actually, that I was calmed down enough.
But that's the problem, Matt. See what you just said? That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
So what they're doing, though,
a rubber room.
Okay, remember though. Hold on, buddy. Hang on. This is an emergency room. This isn't long-term care. Okay, so you got to be fair. So what their job is there to look at you and see, are you an immediate danger to yourself or others, or it's just you need your care tweaked, and they're gonna if you can be taken care of on an outpatient basis that you're safe, then that's what they're gonna do. But if you have to have inpatient, then that's what they're gonna do. But this is an emergency
what I'm
situation,
saying-
which is to
what-
fix you for the moment, not
we're
forever.
not we're not on the same page. What I'm trying to say is, you go to the emergency room. You're in a mental state crisis. Follow my lead here. You're in a mental state crisis. You go into a place. They put you in a room by yourself. There should be someone that's an advocate, someone that you can talk to get you to calm down. Not stick you in a room by yourself, stripped of everything, in paper cloth, and not being able to talk to anyone, and then sitting there for 7 hours isolating yourself, which you've been doing for days upon days upon days.
Yeah.
There needs to be a crisis mode where
I've never seen a situation where a person is not put in the room by a nurse. There's an intake.
But let's
Physician
remember.
comes in, physician sees the person, they take their intake, that goes to the therapist. Now the therapist is going to come in and see the person.
But everything's different right now because of COVID. Resources are stretched so
Those
thin.
rules are the same because it's still the same thing. Is this person a danger
Yeah,
to
but
themselves
I'm
or
sure-
others? That's the immediate thing you need for a psychiatric patient. Are they a danger to themselves or others? Are they under the influence of anything? So you have to remember, hon, you're you, but you're not every patient that walks through that ER. I've walked people to the psych unit and had them I had a guy look at me and literally with death in his eyes say, "Jennifer, you know I could kill you right now." And I froze. I've had people try to strangle me. I've had them punch, kick, bite, try and stab people. And I've had people that come in a psychiatric emergency, but they're under the influence of a pint of gin. And I don't know how much of everything else. And we cannot even begin to have a conversation with you until we know you're not under the influence of any drugs or alcohol. And that takes the urine test.
But
that's the levels of psychiatric problems. It's no different than hypertension level 1 and 2.
It's very
There's
different.
no difference between a diabetic 1 and 2. It's he's bipolar. He's
That's
a maniac.
very different.
He's
I can give
delusional.
you
He's in
glucose and
psychosis.
fix your sugar problem, but I can't give you something and fix your brain. It doesn't. Psychiatry doesn't work that way. Medicine does. Your sugar's too low, I can give you sugar. Your sugar's too high, I can give you glucagon. But it's not a fix with your brain. I can't give you a drug of Ativan and fix your brain. It doesn't work that way.
I see what Tony is saying, though, in terms of the level of danger, because someone who Tony, tell me if I understand you correctly. In other words, I think you're saying someone who's in danger of committing suicide, potentially committing suicide.
That's why you're put in the special room
that's
in
a
the paper
similar
clothes.
level of danger to someone who's.
That's exactly why they put you in that room.
Harm to themselves. If someone comes in and me and Christian have talked about this, if someone comes into a hospital and says that they want to harm themselves, yes, they need to be put in a room and they need to be monitored. Yes. But if someone comes in that is sleep deprived off of 3 days, that's beginning to fall into psychosis, that's beginning to get hallucinations, that's starting to get the beginning symptoms
Two entirely different
of
diagnostics.
Psychosis. There's a way to bring that down. There is a way to bring that down. It's simple. It's
two different things entirely.
It's a calming drug.
That's two different things entirely. And no, I'm sorry. I disagree. The first answer to everything is not a drug.
I disagree with you.
I understand that, but
I've
hypertension is
jumped
not a
off a
psychiatric
bridge,
emergency.
and I almost jumped off a
Hypertension is an
bridge in
entirely different
2017.
emergency. You cannot, you're apples to oranges here, buddy. You can't do that. That's like
I
taking
almost-
a heart
I
surgeon and
almost
say,
jumped
here,
off
go
a
fix
bridge
that
in
shin.
2017, and they gave me Ativan, and I became a whole nother person when they shot me up with Ativan.
Hey,
I
they did more than you
understand that-
than me.
And that's a reaction to a medication that you should absolutely discuss with your provider in relation to you and whether or not that medication should or should not be used in the treatment of your care.
But I have a question, Tony. So the level of care that in this recent experience, is it drastically different from previous experiences, say pre-COVID? Because I still very strongly suspect that
It's been like this for 4 years, man.
Okay, so
I don't think it's any different.
all right.
I don't think it's any different. We still have patients being held in emergency departments all over the country trying to get a bed. Even worse when they're a juvenile.
Yeah.
You know
Far
what?
worse, because juvenile beds are the least thing that you can find.
Oh yeah,
So
especially.
I literally had two kids, one was 9, one was 10, who lived in the emergency department for a week. waiting for placement. And all we could do was crisis intervention, which is the therapists that are right there that see them, the nurses and the techs that are watching them on the monitors and checking on them, and that's it. I mean, it stinks it tears the medical providers apart because they can't give them what they need. What they need is a whole new unit with a psych team that they can put this patient into. My God, do you think that the emergency department doesn't want it? It's the worst thing in the world to have people that you cannot help.
Well,
you want to, but you are stuck because the bureaucracy doesn't give you enough beds to take care of people and doesn't give you enough providers. They nickel and dime the providers at every mental health hospital. They give psychiatrists overwhelming amounts of patients to manage, and you wonder why we have a problem?
Well, so ultimately, it sounds though like the two of you really agree. I mean, you might disagree on some of the finer points, but the larger concept,
absolutely,
the larger concept that the system is broken. Fundamentally, I think we probably all agree.
Oh yes, 100%.
And we don't seem to learn. And you know what? It even crosses the lines when it comes to medicine, mental or physical. We don't learn. We've had a nursing shortage forever, and we're paying for it right now, and we still have a nursing shortage.
Yeah.
We have a psychiatry shortage. We have a massive shortage of beds for juveniles that need psychiatric care. We have a huge shortage of facilities that can take care of people that are on ventilators, and that's going to be a whole new issue with COVID because there's going to be more of an influx of patients needing that level of care. We just don't do it.
But
we
they
don't invest
always
the money.
say your safe haven when you're in a mental crisis is go to the hospital. Your safe haven, your safe place, go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Not a safe place. It's not a safe haven because all you're going to do out of the last two bouts that I just went through the last 2 weeks is be pushed to the side. And that is exactly what has happened. My wife agrees. My parents agree. My friends agree. They did not. My friend had to take me twice because I was going through bouts of it. I was getting flashbacks. All of a sudden, I started getting hallucinations. I started falling into this deep depression, and it started affecting everything. And then I go to the hospital because that's supposed to be my quote unquote safe place.
Yeah.
I go there, and I'm sitting in a bed in a hallway, not being attended to, all to be told you have to follow up with a psychiatrist.
We've been dealing for this.
Do you have a therapist that you're able to follow up with?
Yeah, I got the whole shebang.
So
it's a 4-month waiting list.
It's
a 4 month from each appointment. It's 4 months out.
So if you have an appointment with your therapist today, at the end of your appointment, you don't schedule a new appointment for next month?
No, it's every 4 months.
Sounds like you need a new provider.
I get 120-day supply of my medication, and then it's a 4-month waiting list.
Wow,
that's insane.
So
in 4 months, though, when your name comes up, are they going to let you go in for routine care now, or do you have to wait 4 months?
In 4 months, I'll go one-on-one with my doctor, talk to him. But the cool thing about my doctor is because we have before this pandemic. And the influx of people, I was seeing him every 30 days. Then once the influx began, it went to every 2 months.
So
now it's down to every 4 months because there's so many people.
So
the cool thing about my doctor is that I can call him at any point, and we'll have an hour conversation on the phone and talk about what I'm going through. And anything that I need, if you need to up my medication, he'll do it over the phone for me. Just by me shooting a text and saying, hey, I need you to call me.
Yeah.
That's the cool part about my doctor.
That's good.
Because we have that relationship now, and he knows
how
severe
about,
my
is this your
PTSD
primary care physician?
No. This is my psychiatrist.
This is your current psychiatrist. So are they a psychiatrist, and do they have therapists underneath them?
I have a therapist outside of it.
Is there a way to ask for that therapist to increase the frequency of appointments?
That's because they have a huge influx every 2 weeks.
So
I got to be honest with you. I would be questioning whether or not staying with that provider is the best thing if you can't have the psychotherapy.
Well,
just being given a prescription is not okay.
If I move from this
it's not okay.
I'm going to get thrown on a waiting list.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
I would contact your primary care doctor, your primary medical care doctor, let them know the type of crisis that you're in, and ask them potentially to send you to a therapist that can see you sooner rather than later.
But it sounds like COVID is having that effect of a drain on resources. It's just not at the emergency room level. It's in terms of just available providers.
Most therapists are working from home these days because of COVID. That's an excuse. There's no reason to tell a. I've never heard of a psych patient who can't get seen but once every 4 months, ever.
Right.
That's not okay. If that's the way they're running their.
I can show you my chart. And
honey, I'm not saying I don't believe you. What I'm saying is I don't feel that's appropriate care in any way, shape, or form. Somebody that's willing to write you a script just because you ask for it and doesn't see you but once every 4 months is not a provider that I would feel comfortable with, and I would encourage you to go back to your primary care physician and have a good conversation and be honest and upfront on how this is going, because I don't feel like you're getting the type of care that you should.
Melanie says in the chat.
Wait,
hang on. I don't know if this is helpful or not, but Melanie said in the chat, insurances only pay for certain amounts of visits. Get prior authorization from primary care provider for additional services. That might work. I don't know if that's.
She's absolutely right. So my insurance covers for 20 days a year of inpatient service through mental health. That's all I'm covered for.
That's inpatient. So what about outpatient?
I have to use my 20 days sparingly. Outpatient, IOP is all out of pocket. Insurance doesn't cover.
Oh,
you have zero mental health appointments for psychotherapy covered?
I'm only covered for one-on-one therapy. Anything IOP.
That is psychotherapy. One-on-one.
Outpatient. Yeah, anything that is IOP though, which is like a group setting, is not covered.
I'm not talking about group. I'm talking about one-on-one. I see my therapist.
Oh, that's what I
see my therapist.
That's what I have now.
It might be it might be 2 weeks. It might be 4 weeks. It might be 5 weeks, depending on what's going on in my life. We schedule each appointment at the end of each visit, judged on however it's going for the day. I have therapy all the time, every month. I'm monitored. I can ask for help. They're there. The therapist is available. And that's what's concerning me is you're saying that you have no therapist available, but once every 4 months, which to me is extraordinarily inappropriate. And I would honestly question whether or not it's even ethical, because if you're signing off a prescription to increase medications and you're not seeing the patient and the patient's not seeing a therapist, that's not okay. That's a red flag. I would beg of you to go see your primary care physician and have a real conversation about what's going on. You should be getting the therapist every few weeks. It should be regular visits, and you should be able to have that to work towards getting better without having to consistently be asking for medications to be increased.
Yeah. Well, it's broken. It's broken, and it's got me teed off. And I just...
Christian, were you...
just...
Christian, did you have something? You were trying to get in with something.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I honestly forgot what it was.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I was
I got on one of my
taking it
roles.
back to like the mental health system on the juvenile side.
Oh, yeah.
Like Miriam knows this too. I knew someone who lost an 11-year-old because they couldn't get the help that they needed.
Yeah.
And it was like, there's something wrong. And I've experienced it firsthand too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, this is ridiculous. There's something wrong.
Yeah. Well, how are you doing now, Tony? I mean,
I'm doing all right. Thank God that I got onto the one medication that we know that works for me. They put me back on it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm coming down and like things are starting to become, because what happens is I get into this psychosis state, right, with my illness, where I focus on just my head and what my head's telling me, and I don't listen to what anyone else is saying. Everyone else is wrong. No one else is right. It's just what I think and what I believe, and that's it. Now that I'm coming down and it's clear, I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, this is completely crazy that the simple fact of where I'm told to go doesn't do what they're saying that they're supposed to do.
Right.
The instructions to build a grill is like the instructions for your mental health. Go here if you're having a medical emergency or a mental health emergency. Go here, get evaluated, but then you're thrown into a hallway and you're sitting there for hours upon hours to just be told, you got to go home.
Yeah.
Here's a couple Tylenol.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with this. Like, when I first had my first mental breakdown, and I attempted to jump off a bridge in 2017.
Oh my God! Really? Wow.
Yeah. And I was arrested. I was put into a hospital. They immediately administered Ativan to me in my arm to calm me down because I was just completely irate. It brought me down, brought me to level head, and then that doctor prescribed me, the ER doctor. This hospital was shut down, prescribed me Depakote, and then told me to follow up in 2 days with their specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did. They gave me Depakote, and then I followed up with their specialist. Those 2 days of being on that Depakote, I became extremely stable to the point that I was coherent, and I was listening, and I followed through the treatment process. The problem is that you go through these providers, and then these providers, they change hands, right? They change hands a lot. You go through this doctor because this doctor leaves the practice.
Yep.
So you're going on to my colleague now. This colleague wants to mess around with the medication and say, hey, we want to take you off of this and put you on this because this medication has a black box warning because it can cause pancreatitis. So we're going to take you off of this. But that medication was working. And then they put you on something else that doesn't start to work. And then the vicious cycle begins. The sleepless nights start coming in. All of a sudden, the symptoms start coming back. Luckily, today, in this world where I'm at now, I can identify when I'm getting ready to go into a psychosis mode. The first thing that I begin to get is I cannot sleep. That's the first thing. My sleep gets disrupted completely. Once the sleep begins, the headaches begin. Once the headaches begin, I begin getting those psychosis feelings, and that's when I go to the hospital and say, "Hey, I'm getting ready to fall into a mental state. It's in the early stages. We got to catch this now before it gets out of control." Then they send me home, right? Then another week goes by. Boom. Those symptoms have grown greater. Mm-hmm. Now I'm back at the hospital again. Look, we're in week 2. We're at a bad point. I'm getting irate. I'm starting to throw things. I'm starting to get really irritated. I'm yelling at work. I'm not being myself. I'm not being around my kids. I don't even want my kids are annoying me. Then they send you home again. Now you're in your 3rd week. Here's a benzo. Take the benzo. Mm-hmm. The benzo is going to knock everything out. Yeah, it's going to work. Yes, that's what I'm on now. It knocked it out of the park. I am 100% coherent. I am 100% there. Here's the problem. Now I'm on a medication that's addicting, right?
Exactly. I was about to say.
The medication that I'm on it now is another vicious cycle because now I'm going to be codependent on being on this medication because of the effects that it does to the body.
Wait a minute. Let me stop you there for a second because this is something I went through with one of my providers. Try not to look at it in that regard. Try to look at it in the sense that your body may become physically addicted to the medication it needs to keep you healthy, but that does not have to mean that you are psychologically dependent to become a drug addict-like individual. So I'm on ketamine infusions, and I was worried about that very thing. And the doctor literally said that. In fact, Matt, you were in the room when that doctor said that to me. Mm-hmm. And it's true. You don't have to look at it as one would assess somebody who's on the street addicted to something. Mm-hmm. Yes, your body can become physically addicted to the medication that's helping you be balanced and live a better life. And that's kind of the trade-off.
Is that in a way any different than if you have high blood pressure and you go on a high blood pressure med? You're going to be on it you're now dependent on that medication to keep you
from... Your body's not addicted to it, but if I take it away...
But you're dependent on it in a sense because that's going to keep you from having a heart attack or a stroke. So is it really any different?
If we suddenly took the propranolol out of my regimen, my blood pressure would go up. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. It could go too high.
I mean...
But yeah, you're right about that. It's what's needed to keep your body functional.
I mean, I don't take any medication because of previous experiences with addiction and stuff. So, like, you'll see me if I have a migraine, I won't take even ibuprofen. I'll go through. I'll tough it out because I am so nervous because of addictive behaviors. Like you guys have seen it. Caffeine, for example.
I live it.
He's
and me both. It's bad.
Hey, I need my coffee. I'll get antsy
this morning.
I was
like, I was sitting there this morning. I'm like, I'm not going to get up unless I get an energy drink. And it's like, I don't need one, but I just want one.
Yeah. Well, Tony, I mean, man, I feel for you, brother.
At least you're okay.
Yeah.
Please have a conversation with your primary, or consider having a conversation with your primary, and discussing these very same things just as honestly and openly as you are with us.
Sorry, what was that?
I got an appointment tomorrow with my primary doctor.
Excellent.
We're going to have a conversation tomorrow because I am on blood pressure medicine and I can't live without it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's I try not to get emotional. I'm starting to get emotional, but mental health is a hell of a thing, and it really debilitates you.
Yeah,
it
absolutely
really causes havoc for not just you, the person going through it, but the people that are around you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The people that are around you live with it, and I'm so grateful for my wife because she knows. She knows, and like I don't wish this for anyone. I wish no one could go through this when the flare up. Mine tends to flare up this time of year.
Winter.
It's so cold out. There's nothing to do. This is when it starts to show its ugly head, and there's not much that I can do. I'm not going to go ride my bike in 15-degree weather.
Dude,
it's just not,
you've seen me.
It's just not going to happen.
You've seen me
unless I'm Christian.
Right.
Like you've seen me during the whole month of December, dude. I was just depressed constantly because of the winter and everything else, dude. Because everything I do is outside.
Well, in the Northeast, too, we're vulnerable to it because is it the lack of vitamin D?
Yeah.
From the sun? Yeah.
Correct.
Man, like this morning when the
I have
sun
one
was
of
out.
those
Today was a
sunlights at
beautiful day. Today was a beautiful day for me. It was 62 degrees down here.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know
It
what?
was nice
Take
here,
your
too.
62 degrees,
And,
okay?
I felt
50 felt like 62.
50 was
the
delicious.
best
Great
that
today.
I felt in 3 weeks.
Yep.
I have one of those lights
it was-
that you can sit in front of to help with that, with the decrease in sunlight. There's actually quite a few of them out there on the market. I bought one that was specifically manufactured through one of the universities here in Boston. But it's a great way to get what you need when you can't get it outside, when it's too cold. Believe it or not, one of those lights are totally worth it. It's a great, benign way of getting you what you need without having to shove a pill.
Yeah.
And I'm all for anything that you can do to not have to attract a
I just
pill.
took 40 minutes of your time, dude. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Hey,
Yo, we had a very good conveation that needed
You're
to
good,
happen.
dude.
it's an important subject because like we were talking about with our friend Gary recently on the show. So many people now. Obviously mental health is an issue always, but especially right now with the pandemic, so many people are struggling and suffering. So
Absolutely.
it's an important topic, Tony. So
It's a whole new world.
So nothing to apologize for. I'm very glad you called, my friend. And if talking about this has helped you at all, I'm even gladder about that. So
No, it has. And I still love you, Jenny, even though we agree to disagree.
I love you.
I think
We agree more than we disagree.
You definitely agree.
There was
more
a
than,
minutia issue we disagreed on, but in scope,
yeah,
we agree.
In terms of the broader concept, I think you
Hey, listen, at
definitely
least
agree.
she won't leave the show.
Huh?
What happened?
I said at least she won't leave the show mid-show.
Little inside. That's okay. All right.
I walked out once for a mental health moment on Monday.
All right, guys.
That's
I'll
true.
let you guys go.
All right, Tony. Thank you for the call, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, see you guys.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. All right, our friend Tony D from Philly, or Philadelphia, as one of the attorneys for former President Trump said, as he pronounced it during the impeachment hearing. Philadelphia.
He's talking about some important stuff, though.
Absolutely.
I mean, mental health is so bad right now, and you were talking about that, Maddie. What I was thinking about is ways that we need to start bringing things into our lives that we can do because of the fact that we're so isolated and cut off from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We have another call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this? Hello?
Hi, Matt. Hi, Jenny. This is Ron.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I really feel bad for your last caller, and he was worried about the airtime he took up. I just want to tell you, he probably had a million listeners out there that are under the circumstances that he feels and stuff like that. So my heart goes out to him and those like him, because my wife had a lot of problems, and they know a lot about how to fix a bone and transplant an organ, but the brain is a tough thing to work with. And when they think there's any suicidal tendencies, right away flags go up, and they put the brakes on. They don't really want to administer certain drugs. And especially, they all know that some of them have addictive qualities. And that, again, puts the brakes up because insurances and legal battles and all of the above. So my heart feels for him, because, there are people that go to the ER because they want drugs.
Yes.
And there are people that go to the ER that need help. So,
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, bad things really do happen. I mean, I can recall an incident where a psychiatric patient who was released from a psychiatric unit actually jumped off the roof of a building and committed suicide immediately after being released.
Yeah.
And these things do happen. So, it's kind of like when you come into the ER, right, and you got chest pain, we got to treat you like you're having a heart attack until we prove you're not. First thing out of the gate, you're having a heart attack until you prove you're not. Same thing. Yeah. Psychological assistance is the same way, in that we have to know that you are not a danger to yourself or others, and we have to treat you as if you are a danger to yourself or others until proven otherwise. And you're right about the medications, because in some instances, medications can actually prevent somebody from getting the right kind of therapy, because they can be overly medicated. It's not always a good thing to throw a drug at it. I don't want to take up any of your airtime, but did you get the cake? I'm staring at it, but Matt won't let me try it. Not yet.
Cut it out. I was hoping you guys were going to try it. I'm dying to know what you think.
We can't eat in the studio, dude.
We're going to, we
have to be good people.
We're actually, so the Kentucky bourbon butter cake.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do.
I can go in the hall and take a bite.
We're going to try it. We're going to try it later, Ron, and then we'll share tomorrow. You
all right, I'll be there.
We'll share tomorrow how much we loved it.
Did they eat all the donuts I need today? I brought a couple
They
of
actually
donuts.
left some for us. They left some for us. They did.
My
They were
question
nice.
All right.
Where's the venison
All right.
jerky?
You know what I want to know?
Nice talking
I want
to
to
you
see what
guys, and I
happens.
really don't want to eat up your airtime. I'm sure you have other callers.
You're good, buddy.
Okay, Ron, thank you so much for the call and for the butter cake.
Which I want to see what happens, because Matt is such a lightweight. He could so get drunk off of that.
We're calling Matt lightweight.
Oh, I tell you what, there's a lot of alcohol in it. You'll be surprised.
Okay.
Oh, he gets kind of funny when he drinks a little bit. Maybe I'll have him eat a little bit more of that cake. All right.
All right.
I'm going to
Good night,
lock myself
guys.
in my room
right.
tonight.
You got a great show, and you do a lot for people.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it very much. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye.
Christian's still mentally scarred because he's getting used to the fact that we really do share a room.
Okay, listen. I can explain. All right. So for as long as I've known Matt, all right, we're getting
For
into
as long
this
as you've known Matt, longer than I've known Matt?
No, okay, listen. I didn't know you and Matt were a thing until probably the beginning of this year, honestly. Because I met
Are
Matt.
you that dense? Come on.
Yes.
Really?
Okay? Yes. Okay, listen.
I don't buy it.
I don't know why, but in October I didn't think Matt had a girlfriend. I didn't. I don't know why.
Did you think he had a boyfriend?
No.
You didn't think he had any friends?
Yes. Except he had friends.
But just not that kind of friend.
Yeah.
He's a very healthy male.
Okay.
I
That's
see
good to know.
Apparently that surprised you.
He looks healthy. He eats healthy.
But
This is he eats what I make.
yes,
Me too.
But I do appreciate so I will I don't see. The thing is, so technically we're not supposed to eat in the studio, and given the emails that went out to everyone at the beginning of the week, I don't dare even bend any of the rules. But I will. We will enjoy this later, Ron. Thank you so much, and we'll let you know tomorrow how much we liked it. Also, too, actually, whereas there's alcohol in it, I don't know if I even legally can eat this on the air anyway.
Why?
Because there's alcohol in it.
So what?
You can't drink on air.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
We are so lame. You know, when I went overseas,
it's not even WMNH,
not only just on radio shows, but like on the TV. Just turn on the TV news, and everybody's sitting around a table, and some of them have got beers.
Hey, pause.
Beers everywhere in Dutchland.
Anderson Cooper got drunk live on air.
Right.
on New Year's Eve.
People
Can we
drink
talk about
alcohol
that?
on air on TV shows.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Are you
though,
sure about that?
And then talked about doing shrooms.
in
So,
an actual
that's Anderson Cooper.
in a radio station though on FM? I'm not sure. I'm unclear. I know that at one time it was illegal.
Wow.
I don't know if it's illegal or if it's against FCC
I wonder
regulation.
if that's just because it's our state.
I also don't know. No.
We're one of 7 control states. It's entirely possible. It's a weird alcohol rule.
And also, I don't know how, quote unquote, the suits, as I like to refer to management. I don't know
that's
how.
true.
So, I take no chances.
I would encourage you to go out in the hall and try some, but then I might not get home.
Right.
Because you are that much of a
I can
lightweight.
drive.
He really is. He's that. No. Oh, no.
I am.
No.
Listen, we can ask Kyle Heavey.
I'm not
I can
prepared for
drive.
that yet.
I'm not much of a drinker, so I
want to see you eat some.
it's funny,
21's coming for me.
my mom always she always told me that, with my ethnicity, I'm Irish and German. So with that combination, I should be angry and drunk all the time. And yet
Is that my problem?
I'm pretty laid. I'm pretty laid back, and I'm not much of a drinker. I did most of my drinking early in life, and then by the time I was old enough to drink and I could do it legally, it didn't seem exciting to me anymore.
Right.
Exactly. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to go drink when I'm 21, okay? I'm going to totally incriminate myself here. So if any of you want to cut me off real
Well,
quick.
when you're young, you're getting drunk, though.
Hey, listen. I've done enough drinking for a 40-year-old
when
man,
you're
I
older,
feel
you
like.
may have it. I like to have a nice glass of wine with my pasta.
And I just incriminated myself.
I can't believe I just said that. Oh.
All right.
And on that note,
We are going to take a break. We are at the top of the hour. We've been discussing mental health, so I'm going to play
And
a little.
alcohol.
I'm going to play a little Metal Health, Quiet Riot.
Oh, yes. Nice.
This is a great song.
Good choice.
One of the bands I used to play, and we used to play this song occasionally. So we'll give this a listen, and we'll be back. More Unleashed coming up. Don't go away.
But everybody knows who this guy is. Come on, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are well into hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live on WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 in Manchester, streaming at WMNHradio.org and on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. And, of course, you can go to mattconnarton.com and interact with the show that way. And, of course, hello to our new friends at Raw Talk Online. And Jenny is here as well at the news desk.
Yes, I'm still here.
And Christian Lacoss is over there guarding the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead.
like I said, this is the closest you'll see me to Peter.
Yeah, he's not guarding him.
Yeah, I'm not
Keeping
guarding
an
him.
eye on
I'm jumping out of the way.
Right.
No, Peter's keeping
just
an eye
kidding.
on you.
Oh. Oh, dude.
So,
Oh, literally, there's a googly eye right here.
yes, yes.
The other one fell off.
Well, initially I found it unsettling when the cardboard Peter Whitehead arrived in the studio, but now I've grown to find it comforting. If something
not.
if something grows wrong, technically I feel as though
Grows wrong?
Peter is watching over us.
What are you growing in here?
If something goes wrong, did I say grows wrong?
You said grows.
Oh well, my
I
goodness.
don't know
That's
what
the
you
second-
guys are trying to grow around here, but I don't know
No,
about
let's
that.
not. Let's
You haven't
no.
you haven't opened your gift from Easy
Oh
yet.
right, yeah. So that we need to do
you
that.
have to do that on camera. You did promise.
So yeah, for those watching online, yes. Let me grab the bag here. So
So Easy left a bag.
in addition to the wonderful rum cake from Ron, and thank you again
And
for
donuts.
that, and the donuts.
I love donuts.
So Easy G messaged me
I love
earlier.
None
donuts.
of which I have indulged in.
This is from
Not for you.
the
Unfortunately.
110 Grill in downtown Manchester. Easy G
do you think he got you?
messaged me earlier and said he would be leaving this year, and he said not to open it until we were on the air.
Is it
Imagine
heavy?
it's fish.
I hope it's not
Is it a
fish.
dinner? Is there enough for two?
I don't know what it is.
It's enough for 3.
Marshmallow Peeps.
Yay! Peeps!
And it says, to Matt, sorry, LOL.
Oh.
I'm not sure what he's saying sorry for. He could be...
anything that he may have done previously to now is now forgiven. Oh, they're blue peeps?
What would I have been...
white peeps or yellow peeps?
Oh, that's right. I know what he's saying sorry for.
Oh, me too.
It's not what I thought initially. Initially, I thought, okay, he's either saying sorry because he's sorry for it not being something from the 110 grill in the bag.
No.
Or he's saying sorry because he heard me say that I think peeps are disgusting,
yes.
but you like them,
yes.
so these are actually for you. But
no, but he gave them to you.
But
Matt, would you like to donate them to the charity of my stomach?
No. Well, I'm not sharing nothing. My peeps.
We're gonna donate these to the Miracle on Elm Street.
No, my peeps.
No, you can have them.
You not have my peeps.
But then I realized...
Are we going to fight over this?
Then I realized what he was actually apologizing for was the whole, getting to the bottom of you being on the show.
Yeah. Have you gotten to the bottom of it yet? I met with you this morning.
He told me that he saw you this morning. I told him you were still living with us, and he said, oh.
I was like, damn, I still can't move in. Oh.
Yes, he was. That was his apology.
So we got a bunch of stuff to take home with us. We got rum cake and peeps and donuts.
I'd like to put out a PSA to anyone who ate my venison jerky this morning. I think I have a culprit.
No, you weren't getting any.
I thought,
me and Ron was going to bring me in some venison jerky. Yeah.
Did Peter take it all home?
I don't think it was Peter.
Oh?
I think it was Daryl.
Daryl Dion.
I think I found the culprit. But it's okay. I forgive you.
Yes. Let me give the numbers.
It's just too good to, I don't know.
Oh, by the way, and speaking of EZG, he'll be joining us tomorrow, I believe, at 4:30 via Skype for his entertainment report. It was supposed to be today. I don't know what happened. Maybe he was apologizing in advance for that, but no, that's fine. But you can call us at 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007, and in fact, we have a call right now. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, Matt and Ron again. Listen, as far as the venison jerky went,
yes.
The kid that I got it from, he gave me, the guy I got it from, he gave me a sort of an all right amount, but when you divide it into half, because I got another friend that I promised I'd give half to, they were just a pretty decent-sized baggie. So if I would have split that baggie between Daryl and Christian, it would have been chumpy. But my friend did say, he didn't just say I was at his house, he has $800 worth of wicked quality beef smoking right now, and next week it'll be ready.
Hey,
and I'll
listen,
make sure I set
I loved smoked meat. Over the summer, I got into smoking meat. I smoked a brisket over the summer.
Garlic incrusted in it and everything. I mean, it's old school.
I like emu. I like beef. I like bison.
Wow.
I lived right up the street from a butcher shop this summer. So, like, every Friday when I got my check, I'd go buy either, whether it was brisket, something else, and I loved it. I had a $40 steak this summer.
It might not be mass quantity, but you know what I mean? I'm going to make sure I set you up because I let you down.
No, you didn't let me down.
What do you call it?
I think it's very sweet.
Save you a little. If he's listening, maybe he'll save you a little.
Very nice. I think that's very nice and very generous of you, Ron.
You.
Yes, he's a growing boy. He needs.
Yeah, I ate a lot.
Yes,
as we've seen.
He's the tallest one in the house
now.
He
looks a little bit like Peter, by the way, sitting there with the chair and the glasses.
Okay, and on that note, folks, I am going to head out the door now. Y'all have a great night. Just kidding. He's clearly not aware.
Well, now
I'd never considered that
noticed
before.
Similarity before.
You do look
Me
like
now that you mentioned
Oh my
it.
God!
For multiple reasons.
Right away when I saw him,
The hat backwards too, even.
Yo, y'all, you guys went too
Something
far.
we don't know.
Oh,
You are younger than his daughter, right?
Huh?
Hey, let him hit the wrong button, and then
too.
it'll be 100%. You know that?
Maybe Peter White can be your father figure.
Nope.
Okay.
Maybe he is.
Nope.
Maybe.
An illegitimate father doesn't even know about.
Oh, wow. Well, hey, Ron, I have a suggestion.
Maybe me and Peter can do a show together.
I have a suggestion, Ron. I hope you'll do this.
Go ahead.
I hope you will call into the morning show tomorrow and ask Peter specifically if he is Christian Lacoste's illegitimate father.
Yeah.
Please do that. Will you do that for us?
Don't do it.
What's
I
that?
don't want to get on the S list.
Oh, that's true. You don't want to be on the S list.
Hey, speaking of, am I still on the S list? I still haven't got you that piece I was supposed to get you in August.
Yeah, I don't know where the
That's
S.
a great thing. Okay, I'm clear.
Speaking of the S words, that's crazy. You know,
Hey, turn off your radio.
Yesterday, I accidentally snuck out the S word. But you could say the other S word, and it's okay. But, you know,
Whoa,
the
okay,
S word is a big no-no.
Hey, well, we can't really understand you.
It's Ron. It's difficult to hear you. Your phone.
Oh,
Is,
can you hear me better now?
1,000 times better. Yes.
Yeah, the phone was away. I was saying, I noticed that I slipped out the S word yesterday. You can say the SU word, and that's okay, but you can't say the SH word. How weird is that?
What is
We don't know.
what is the SU word?
SU?
SU.
Okay.
Oh, not SF.
S.
All right, there's a
S
lot of
and
abbreviations
Sally
being
F is
thrown
in
around.
Frank or S is in Stacy?
Stacy.
Okay. SU. What is SU?
I'm confused.
Everybody says sucks all the time, and that's like,
Well, yeah.
you know what I mean? That word's, is a no-no, but I mean, it's okay, but the SH word is no
Yeah,
good.
that's
You know,
not
kind of weird.
yeah,
Is that
sucks
FCC or is
isn't
that
the
a suit
same
rule?
thing.
Oh, whoa.
No, SH. Yeah, that's the FCC doesn't like that, but I don't think the suits here would like it either. But people, it's funny. People have a little bit of a misconception about how all that works because people assume that the FCC is like the number one reason you can't say certain words, but they're really kind of third on the list because I'd say first is management and second is what the sponsors are okay with, at most radio stations. And the FCC is kind of third because it's not like the FCC is actually monitoring what goes on at every radio station in the country.
Yeah.
But I know that the suits would not like
clean.
that. Yeah. I mean, I've had 2 suspensions, Ron. I don't think the third time would be a charm. If you know what I mean.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't get you in any trouble with yesterday's slip up.
No. We are on a delay. I just hit the dump button. We're on a 7-second delay because these mistakes do happen. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, it won't happen again. I'll be on my best.
Hey, no worries. You made up for it with the
Yes.
rum cake.
Nummies.
Yeah, don't be fooled. It's not that big of a piece of cake. And
Yeah.
I say there's a lot of alcohol in it. It doesn't tell you what the contents are.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's a little mushy and,
Okay.
Have you seen
I
Matt
don't
after
think
one
you'll
beer?
even feel anything.
Or half a beer?
I doubt it.
Listen,
But
tune
your
into
tongue
Christian
is going to
Lacoss
go into
Vlog to see
overload
more.
because it's that good.
No, you just don't get it, dude. Like a half a beer and Matt's happy.
I've seen.
Okay,
I
that's
think I've
actually
seen
that's
that.
what Peter said today. He says, I can't wait for Matt to eat it. He said, Jenny's going to have to drive him home.
See?
Right.
I'm not telling you. I'm not fibbing here.
Yeah.
I'm not fibbing here.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be a great night.
All right.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
All right, tomorrow's a good day because I get to hear if Garrow liked the jerky.
I really hope
get
he
my
did.
taxes back tomorrow, and I get to hear
Yay.
if you like the cake.
You got
Yes.
it.
Absolutely.
I really hope he likes the jerky. I loved it.
All right, Ron.
Yeah, maybe he'll save you a piece. I don't know if he's listening. Maybe he'll say, "All right, I feel bad. I'm going to save him some."
All right. Very good. Very
I'm
good.
just kidding.
All right, Ron.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All
Take
right.
care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. All right. Very nice. Very nice. By the way, Kenny is in the Facebook live chat. Kenny, of course, from our wonderful sponsor, the Hop Knot. And Kenny says, your sponsors across the street really don't give a blank what words you use on air.
I love you.
That's very nice.
Great.
That's very
All right,
nice.
awesome.
I went over there earlier just to say hello. And
I went over
stopped
there,
in for a
too.
quick moment, too, because I like to, if I can do a local business here and there, I like to do that. I had a espresso martini.
Oh.
Kenny makes a wonderful martini.
He also makes fantastic Shirley Temples. Lovely.
Very nice.
Mostly because
I
that's
just
the
like
only
to eat
thing
the
I can
cherries.
drink.
Well, and they make delicious gourmet pretzels.
Oh, yeah,
And
that
they
too.
have craft beer
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and that too. Not
Yeah.
that I've been
and
able
an
to taste
assortment
that.
of wines
Yes.
and mimosas.
And tomorrow night, Thursday night, is trivia night.
Yeah.
Who wants to do trivia? I got tomorrow
Tomorrow
off.
night is trivia. Yeah, you
get-
go down there and win some prizes. They
Cool.
always have prizes.
We
It's always
gotta
fun.
we gotta get a team. You guys had a team before.
I will be willing to do teams again after I am vaccinated and safe to be out for public consumption.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah. Yeah,
I have
that's
to be presented a certain way or it just doesn't work.
same with me. But we should tell everybody though, and I like to stress
That's just
this.
me because I'm a nervous Nelly and I have a lot wrong with me.
I like to stress this on the air when we talk about the Hop Knot. They do everything very safely there. It's a very safe place to go. The staff is masked at all times.
I saw Trudy.
The staff is masked at all times, and the tables are nice and spread apart, and they do clean and sanitize very diligently, so they take everything very seriously. And so we're very honored and privileged to have them as a sponsor, and I'm very proud to wear the shirt. I've got my Hop Knot shirt on today.
Yep.
And they've got those cool Hop Knot face masks,
yes.
too.
That you buy and then you
And
get
if
10%
you wear
off.
it, you get 10% off when you go in to pick up your meal. If you want to get something for takeout, wear your mask when you go get it.
Yeah.
Or if you stop in there to grab something, wear your mask when you go in. You can get 10% off your order.
Yeah.
Listen, that's my go-to date night, guys.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
And now
I
she
love
has
the
an
special
addiction.
service. It's like walking into the Hop Knot has really kind of become like its own Cheers, if you will, to Manchester. There's a lot of people that go there, and they really do know your name.
Yes.
I'm not even just saying it like they do.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Trudy earlier. Asked her, "What's going on, Trudy?" She was making lots of pretzels.
Well, I would assume, yes.
She is an amazing pretzel maker.
Yes, absolutely.
Makes them by hand. The dough is by hand.
We still need to try that. Is it a pizza pretzel or a pretzel
Seriously,
pizza?
that's right.
Yeah.
We do.
Wait, the pizza pretzel for me was the Italian.
Well, no, there's a new one now. There's the actual pretzel pizza.
The Italian is my favorite. It's like to me, it's like a calzone.
Well, that's why I want to see what happens when you eat the pizza, because
Me
I'm
too,
wondering
because
if
that was
that
my
one's going to
favorite.
knock it out of first place or if the Italian stays up there.
I don't know. I think the Italian will stay up there. I don't think.
I don't
for
know.
me.
You haven't seen Matt with pizzas very much, have you?
No.
It's a whole nother level of relationship.
I can make pizza. You guys are gonna let me make pizza. That's the one thing I can make.
Oh
with
no!
my eyes closed.
Oh no! Don't
from scratch?
Don't make pizza. Oh no!
From scratch?
It's my favorite food.
Like your own dough and sauce and everything?
Yeah, like I can roll out dough. I can't make dough.
I got
used
a
to make
nice
dough.
pizza stone that's just waiting to have a pizza on top of it.
If someone wants to give me the ingredients, I have some of the ingredients now.
Yeah, we don't have them all. You're right.
Just we need dough and stuff. But I've known how to make pizza since I was 17.
Matt, I'm going to get taken away and arrested, and you're never going to see me again.
Huh?
Really?
I've been informed.
Oh.
Federal government.
All right, Matt. Well,
Oh,
They're after me, man.
wow!
all right, Matt. Well,
You
it's on
ready?
to me now.
I'm going to share.
All right.
I got this phone call.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it. Can you put it on speaker?
I thought I did.
Oh,
I could hear it on
It's-
speaker.
it's very quiet.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I held my phone the wrong way.
Oh.
Oh, I'm a terrible person.
Oh. Yeah, this isn't.
Yeah, you
this-
can't really hear it.
Yeah, we can't hear it.
The reason of this call is that there is a package that has been seized under your name by the customs. As soon as you receive this call, you have to stop and call them because there are drugs in the package that were seized.
Wow.
It actually says there were drugs in the package. So apparently the Federal Bureau of Investigations and TSA, I guess, and Customs are all after me now.
Yeah.
Wow, Jenny. You're going to be in New Hampshire's Most Wanted
Those
real
people in
soon.
Dutchland, man. Those people in
Wow.
the Netherlands keep sending me stuff, man.
We got to...
I'm actually sitting here with a scarf from the Netherlands, so I'm laughing at that. But yeah, I actually got that phone. That was actually a real call on my phone.
Yeah.
Just for the. I'm not like I wasn't trying to play something. I'm sorry that it didn't work out the right way, but it actually was a real phone call.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people fall for this stuff. How do you fall for this stuff? Oh, you pay me this $5,000 fine and we're not going to arrest you anymore for the drugs we confiscated in the package that we say we had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do people get... I mean, I could see where it could be scary.
Yeah.
If you're not very savvy, I could see where it could be scary. But
Oh, of course. Yeah.
how do you get sucked into giving up money like that?
Right. Right. Well, we should. We have about a half hour left, so let's give the numbers. 603-250-6007. 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can always interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. And we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi, is this the Dr. Matt show?
Dr. Matt. Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's Gary.
Hey, Gary. How are you, my friend?
He's still
Good,
not
how
drunk.
are you today?
Good, good. What's going on?
You have Dr. Jenny with you today, too?
Dr. Jenny is, the doctors are in.
Don't call me things like that. I was an EMS, man. I did real work.
Oh my!
Oh, no. Wow.
Oh my!
Oh. What's going on? What's going on, Gary?
Yeah, I was just listening to Tony.
Yes.
Man, I feel for that guy.
Yeah.
He, with his, because he's in a big city. That's why he has those problems in the hospitals.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, geography does play a role in that. Different cities and different states, have different healthcare systems, different levels of care.
Oh, yeah,
and
a totally different healthcare system.
Yeah.
I was having a real rough day yesterday, and I called my therapist, and I got her right away, and I talked to her, and she kind of, let me go and say, everything's okay and stuff like that, and I have my other therapist that I have to go see tomorrow, and I get to go see her at the office, which is really great. She usually comes to my house, but I get to go see her tomorrow, which is really good, and I get to see one of the other therapists there. But, when I went into the hospital, I went to the Elliott, and I sat there in emergency for about maybe a half hour, and then they put me in PEP, PEP, and it's called the people who aren't really, they're suicidal, but they're not going to hurt themselves.
Okay.
And I stayed there for 2 nights, and they have cameras, and they watch you, and they come in every 5 or 10 minutes to take care of you and look at you. And they just watch you, and even all night they watch you all night. And if you go to the bathroom, I tapped on the window. I said, well, I got to go to the bathroom. And they said, okay, and then they watch you going and all that,
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure. And then the night after, they put me up in the regular psych ward, the pathway. And then up there, they watch you a lot. And it was, a real good experience. But, it's still, it's managed the mental health that I go through. And I can call my counselor anytime I want to talk to her.
That's great.
And
yeah.
She always told me. She says, when you got a problem, call. And I called a couple of times, and she was like, "That's good, that you did that, and you're not alone with stuff." But yeah, with Tony, man, that was really, because I knew a guy that lived in my complex, and he was PTSD. And you learn not to talk to him when he was really going off his medications.
Yeah.
And because he would just slam doors, and he would just go outside and just be really, and then the next time he'd be fine.
Yeah.
When he saw his therapist. So I understand with Tony, and my heart goes out to that guy. Man, he, I thought I was bad. I just had the deep depression and stuff. But
Gary, too, you kind of bring something interesting up when you talk about the neighbor you had. When you could tell he was having an episode of PTSD, when he'd be slamming doors and behaving irrationally and whatnot. It's a good reminder to people that if you see someone behaving in a way that maybe they're lashing out or whatever, try to keep in mind. You don't, because it's so easy to judge, it's human nature. People make on the spot judgments about people, but you never really know what somebody's going through. And, it might be, somebody who's acting irrationally, it might be that they're having a PTSD incident,
fight, flight, fear gets stuck on.
Yeah.
And it can come up, and it could appear ugly to you in the sense that maybe that person seems really angry.
Yeah.
And they're coming from this terrible place of anger, but realistically what's going on in their body is actually fight, flight, flee is on overdrive.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there, and anger is just one small little piece.
Yeah.
But when you're locked in that, you can't see the world through it.
Right.
You're in a different world in a sense until you shake out of it.
Yeah.
Or come out of it.
He would, something would set him off, and I always knew what would set him off, and I would just, I talked to him. He was really fine for a lot, we'd laugh and joke, but then when I know not to talk to him because I could just see it in him, I felt that, and I went, okay, today's not a good day to, he's having some rough time. So, and then I would let him go, and he'd get it out of his system, and then he'd be fine,
Well, it's good though that
so I knew how to watch out for things like that, and then
it's good that you
like,
had
wow.
you had the sensitivity to be able to recognize that, and
it's a sign of a really great friend too.
Yeah,
if you can, read the room, if you will.
Yeah,
I can see that you need me to hold space for you right now, or you need me to give you space.
Yeah.
That's just being a really great friend, a really great neighbor, because you're being respectful of whatever that situation is. And you can hold space for them in the right moment.
We had a couple of DB neighbors. I can't say the word, what DB means, but he would always just, call and, call the cops on him.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm like, he has a problem. Don't you know he has a problem?
Right. Yeah, no, it's good that you had that compassion and empathy.
The first thing he would do, because he has medical marijuana, so he'd go and smoke some weed outside, and he'd be calming himself down, and right away, our lovely neighbor would start, I'm going to call the police on him because he's doing marijuana. And
really?
I'm like, all right, whatever.
Seriously.
Wow.
It was like a little old lady.
Yeah.
I hate that.
But he's one of my. I was talking with my therapist, and he's one of the people I have to avoid because he just has really. It's all about him,
Yeah.
So I stay away from him, and I just let him. Hi, how are you? To be cordial, and that's.
Hopefully, we'll keep making strides forward. Like Europe
my
has.
Therapist says that's good. You just, know your boundaries, and.
Absolutely. All right, Gary. Well, listen, thank you for the call, my friend, and always nice to hear from you.
Oh yeah, I just thought, hey, give him some good vibes from New Hampshire.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
From a brother, having some mental issues too.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's excellent. I'm sure Tony. I'm sure he appreciates that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah. But thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Matt. And thank you, Dr. Sweet Jenny.
Aw,
very
my
nice.
My love from my heart from all of you.
Much love and
hugs.
hugs.
You all.
All right, you too,
Have a
Gary.
good day.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, our friend Gary. I noticed he didn't mention you, Christian. You were,
No.
Yeah, you were chop liver.
Chop liver in the corner.
Yep.
Jeez.
No,
That's what you get for being, so and so's child, I guess.
Speaking of Christian, by the way, yes, John Hopwood, your grandfather figure.
No.
He is in the chat room asking if you are available on Wednesdays.
Nope.
There you go.
Unfortunately, no.
Are you sure you're not?
I am sure
I feel-
right now.
I don't think
my
he's asked you
schedule
enough times
is
yet.
Booked up until at least January of next year.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty busy, man.
Wow.
You are in demand. Don't you think though that you might be?
Nope.
I mean, you could be. You could
Nope.
be. You could be the
Nope.
next John Hopwood.
I'm leaving.
Don't you
No.
want to be?
I'm out of here. Nope.
I mean, you'd have to have some vertebrae removed to be his height, but you could be the new John Hopwood.
I
have
think
Gotta
he
get
wants
some
to be
ribs
the new
removed.
Peter.
Oh, no, that's
Nope.
even better. They're about
He's got the height for
Love
it.
Peter,
That's
but
true.
no.
Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi.
Oh, I know that voice. Is that John C. Hopwood?
Yeah, no, that's not John Hopwood.
Oh,
No, who is that?
It's Pauly.
Is that Pauly?
How do you?
Pauly C.
Is that Pauly?
I thought it was the way you said hi. You sounded like Hopwood.
I didn't hear Hopwood.
Hi.
Doesn't that sound like Hopwood?
No, it doesn't sound like Hopwood.
No.
It's just you,
Thank
Maddie.
you, Jenny.
You're very welcome, darling.
I don't.
Jenny, but you were
Yeah,
the
so
one.
the reason why I'm calling is because right when I tuned in after I logged out and signed in here, I heard Jenny talking about some phone calls she was getting, and I love those types of phone calls because that is an opportunity to just have a really fun time with an absolute stranger who's a jerk at the same time.
Dude.
I remember I got a phone call from a guy. It was a recording at first that says, "Please stay on the line. to hear information on the warranty of your car expiring.
Oh, I just asked
So
him
I'm
about
like,
my
okay,
Lamborghini.
great. I'm going to just stay on the line because it was one of those days, Matt.
Yes.
So a person of Indian descent, and I don't mean Native American, comes on the phone and asks me for my Social Security number. First thing out of his mouth. Can I get your Social Security number, please?
Oh, whip that right
and
out.
I says to the guy, I go, Bon Jovi mud flaps. And he says, I beg your pardon? And I said, the Bon Jovi mud flaps, where are they? And he said that he didn't know what I was talking about. So I said to him, look, I got the Winger air freshener. I got the White Snake bumper stickers.
Oh, my God, I love
didn't
you.
get the Bon Jovi mud flaps yet. Where are my Bon Jovi mud flaps?
I'm dead.
Oh, my God, I love
And this guy says to me, sir, before I can help you with anything, I'm going to need your Social Security number. And I said, well, why? Who is it you're looking for? And they hung up.
I just tell them about my 2020 Lamborghini Huracan that's sitting in my driveway. That doesn't. Yeah.
Well,
and then they immediately hang up.
Well, you do need a warranty on a vehicle like that, certainly. Yeah. Wow.
We have contacted you, but your car's extended warranty. This will be the final time.
I do think Bon
So
Jovi.
you
I
can
like
have,
treating
you can
them
have
like they're a
fun with
long
these
lost
people
friend.
when they call.
Oh, dude,
doing
I'm a whole
that, you know?
comedian.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I do think. I think Bon Jovi Mudflaps would be a great name for a band. By the way.
No.
Absolutely.
A punk
No.
band. Yeah.
No.
Not a punk band, no.
Oh, I think so.
Well, I've already gotten the Tico Torres pompadour for my radio antenna that dangles on my car. It's beautiful.
Do you have the dangling dice, too?
Yes.
And
Of
the
course.
roach clip feathers?
The dangling dice is it bumps into my Winger air freshener every day when I drive down the road.
Oh.
When I cruise Elm.
Oh, wow.
With those windows down, cranking up
And
the
you
tunes.
can actually invoke this type of fun, even if you're not getting these calls.
Yes.
All you need to do is call QVC. I remember once I was sitting there with my good friend Vern, and we were just kind of channel surfing and doing other things. This is 20 years ago. So the thing that came up on the item for sale on QVC was an autographed six-pack of Pepsi, autographed by Shaquille O'Neal.
Really?
Yeah, so I call these people up.
Oh, my
And
God.
I say, listen, I'm a huge Shaquille O'Neal fan, but I'm allergic to Pepsi. You got that in the Coke? You got a six-pack of Coke autographed by Shaquille O'Neal?
No.
Oh. Wow.
So these people, God bless them, they take you seriously. I was put on hold. They checked to see if there was Coke with Shaquille O'Neal. And they come back on the line, and they said, no, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have any Coke with Shaquille O'Neal autographed. I said, well, how about Larry Bird? Do you have anything in a Larry Bird? And they put me on hold again to see if they had anything in a Larry Bird. And they came back and told me no. So then I said to them, listen, about a half hour ago, you guys were plugging a Craftmatic adjustable bed. I was in the war.
Oh, God.
I was in the war, and when I was in the war, I had half my body blown off. I only have a right arm and a right leg. I need a Craftmatic adjustable bed that's a little bit smaller than the twin-size bed. Do you have anything that's half the size of a twin-size bed?
With the controllers on the right side, of course.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So they
God.
they put me on hold to check and see if there was anything smaller than a twin-size Craftmatic bed.
You should have asked for a Craftmatic twin size bed autographed by Shaquille O'Neal.
That would be great.
Yes.
I'll do that next time.
That really would have
tomorrow's
blown
my
their minds.
HSN night. I'm going to binge watch HSN and harass these people too.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Very nice.
I want a camera.
I'm gonna do this. I gotta do this, dude. I'm stealing.
Maybe we
this
should
idea.
call we should call up one of those places like the sleep number.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And
Call
give
up
them the
Bob's
same
Discount
feel for
Furniture,
what
ask
kind
if
of
they
bed
have
you
the beauty
need
rest.
and where you need the things.
You should order some of those food buckets, Paul. You know,
Oh, my
they have
God,
the,
yes.
They have the for the end times, the food buckets you can order.
That's it. The next call I get, I'm totally pranking with God. I am totally.
Oh,
God?
absolutely.
Is that
have
you,
fun
God?
with it. That's why they're there. That's why they're calling us. So we can have fun with them. You have to you have to take lemons and turn it into lemonade.
Yep.
I will admit there was a couple years back, one of Matt and I's friends posted about this man who had sent her a special message on Facebook, and this conversation ended up going in the direction of being taken by aliens. And
Paul knows.
It ended up on the Huff Post. It ended up making national news.
Kendra L. Saunders.
Yes.
Paul, you know Kendra.
You remember that? And she was asking him how the anal probe was and everything, and he's just going on, and she's like, "Yeah, you took that like a trooper," and they're going back and forth with this terrible thing.
Dude, I've had people claim to
It
be in the
ended up in the
Illuminati that have
Huffington
tried to
Post.
recruit me.
It literally ended up in the Huffington Post because it got that bad.
Yeah,
I can only imagine.
Yeah, so next time somebody calls you, just ask them if they're there for your, if they're the other half of your day trip to Mars.
Right. And no matter, and one last thing before I let you go, when you do harass these people, when they're calling you asking for your social security number, and you do the Bon Jovi mud flap or whatever it is you desire to screw with them with, if they finally tell you, "Sir, there's nothing I can help you with," ask to speak with a supervisor.
I want your watch, Commander. It's like the
I
Karen
want
line.
my mud flaps, damn it. Let me speak to a supervisor.
I want corporate's number.
I demand mud flaps.
Can I speak with your manager,
All right, kids,
please?
have a good one.
All right, Paul. Thanks for the call. Take care.
I just want to spend a day doing
Can I
prank
speak with your
calls
manager,
Pauly.
please?
That's Paul, of course, from Retro Spectrum Radio with Pauly C, which you can hear Friday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on WMNH. And I have the honor and privilege of being Paul's co-host on that show, along with our great friend Dan Randlett. Although the past couple of weeks filling in for Dan has been DJ Stephen Light, who some of you may have heard on the morning show. He was the DJ at Happy Wheels when Paul used to go there when they were kids, and Peter White used to go there.
He's doing your waste of flavor because he's not bringing in the stuff that Dan was bringing in. So your waste is getting a little break. That's all. No more Yahoos.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Dan. Dan brings in disgusting beverages for us
and
to
cereals.
Consume.
Blueberries.
Yes, for Paul to take home with him.
I wanted the Chocos, but you didn't take them.
I know.
My
Paul,
question to Paul
wanted
is
the
how
chocolate
long
cereal.
does it sit in your closet? The cereals that you're not going to eat.
They last a while. Like I get a couple years out of a box.
Yeah, I don't really.
But I don't get a couple of weeks out of a box. So, you know.
Me neither.
Well, we've got a little bit of time left in today's show. If you'd like to get in a call, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. I do want to, it's been a busy show, but let's say hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat. Rob Dion is in there. Rob, of course, host of Through the Stage Door here on WMNH, and also the entertainment reporter on the morning show Thursday mornings, and he does Name That Tune and so on. Very entertaining. Bobby Champagne also in the Facebook live chat. Oh, I wonder if that's why Easy G wants to do tomorrow, because Rob does his entertainment report on Thursdays. Wants to have a chance to one-up him.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Kenny from the Hop Knot we mentioned is in there. Let's see. Just want to make sure we get... Oh, Angela Philbrook. Hello, Angela. Abigail Jem is in the Facebook live chat. She was talking about, I'm bothered that the government says the reason of this call instead of the reason for this call. Yeah. Let's see. Rocky Huber is in the chat room. Rocky says, I bet he's a top fan. He says, I bet Easy G orders his steroids in Jenny's name.
That's it.
And they got caught at customs.
There it is.
That makes sense.
Easy's going to get me put in the clink.
Yeah.
Can I have your room?
You want to sleep with Matt?
Oh, no.
Okay,
No.
you want to sleep with Matt.
I didn't think that far.
Now.
I hog the covers.
Truth has come out.
Yeah. Oh,
But
boy. I'll tell you.
That's right. I stole your guys' cat yesterday. It's okay. And then you guys were looking for it for like an hour, and I was dead asleep.
I wasn't going to get any sleep until I could find her.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
She didn't cry out.
I think we were both surprised that
She was
in there.
cuddled up with me. She had
She was
no care in the
snoozing
world.
away, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I was asleep from like 11 to like 7 this morning.
Jeepers.
Then I went
That's
to
a
jury duty and then
full
got
8 hours.
dismissed. So
I have a serious thing I want to say.
Yeah.
I do want to say, though, in all seriousness, with everything that we've been talking about off and on for actually quite a while now on mental health, if you or somebody you know is having a struggle or needs somebody to talk to, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 1-800-273-8255, 1-800-273-TALK. And someone is available to you 24 hours a day to help you and be there for you. There's always a voice ready for you. Just give them a call and they'll be there for you.
Absolutely.
Someone please sign this woman as their spokesperson.
Oh, that'd be a fun
No.
job. Huh?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Abigail
no,
John.
I've had that job before. I
Listen,
don't know.
Tony might as well be Popeye's spokesperson, man.
Oh.
I was a national spokesperson before, and I don't know if I want to do that ever
Wow.
again.
Abigail,
Actually, I know I don't want to do that ever again.
Abigail Gem in the chat room says meds, therapy, exercise. I call
Yes.
it the mental health trifecta. Leave one out and you get out of balance.
100% with you there.
I mean, mine.
100% there. Eating well is important. Sleeping well is important. Talking to somebody when you need it. If you got to have all those chains in order, right?
The main way I improved my mental health, from especially when I was a kid, like from 17, being in placement, I was away from my friends and family for a very long time. I adopted coping skills, which is why I've done music. I've rode scooter and everything. I had a skate park in my backyard. That was one of my main coping skills. Every day, if I wasn't working, I was out there riding, because it took me away from the real world for a little bit, and it was just me and whatever I was doing.
Angela Philbrook says my mom couldn't find her cat last night. Almost had to go over and find him at 10 p.m.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
I was like in the hallway looking even.
Matt
I was
texted me last night.
I
dead asleep,
asked
and
him
I
to text
responded
you.
at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I asked
Yeah,
him to
I'm
text
up. What's
you.
good?
Yeah. Tom Blanchard says, hey, sometimes we all need to vent. It's not a big deal. Yeah, that's why, we
Oh, yeah.
we're happy to take those calls from folks.
Oh, call in any time.
Absolutely.
Any time. There's so many things that we can do to help each other and help ourselves if we just take a step out. Like she was saying, you got to exercise, you got to eat right, you got to give your body the fuel to fight.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can't get to all these comments.
There's a lot.
There's so many, but it's wonderful to see an active chat room.
Can I get a cat and name it Barry?
No,
It's a little bit off topic, but
no.
come on.
2 cats are our limit.
Can I get a parrot?
No,
How about
2
a
cats
fish?
are our limit.
Yeah, we can't have
2
any
cats
more
are our limit.
cats in our lease. It's
You
too
want a
bad.
fish in your room? You can have a fish in your room,
I mean, yeah.
but
If
nothing
the
that
cat
crawls.
eats it, I'm going to cry.
Well,
Can I get a bearded dragon?
no.
Get 2 fish. You can name one Barry and the other one Charles.
What if they're a boy and a girl?
Why is that funny?
What if it's a boy of a girl? Maybe you should have a boy and a girl name. Or maybe you should have a non-gender conforming
I
name.
think the names should be non-gender conforming, and they should both be Barry and Charles.
Cat. Cat is not
is that,
gender.
why is that so funny, Christian? Why are those names so funny and non-gender conforming?
Jesse can
why,
go
why
a
is that-
girl or a boy.
Nothing.
Why is the idea of
Or
two non-gender conforming fish named Barry and Charles? Why is that so funny to you?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Honestly.
I don't
I
either.
think Charles is too masculine.
Maybe.
I think you need something different.
Maybe Charles is too
You
feminine.
need something
Who's to
that's
say?
more not gender specific. Something that's that flows nicely.
Oh, I got one. It begins with an S.
No.
Oh, no.
Can't say that
No,
name on
no.
here.
Oh, I was going to say Sarah.
Oh, Sarah
Sarah's
smile.
no. That's not that's no.
Won't you smile a while
That was
for me?
I had an auntie
Sarah.
named Sarah. She went by Sally.
Rob Dion says, good God, they have a child now.
Oh wow!
You do?
Not me. I have no paternal
Matt, you're my
instinct.
dad. Don't lie.
He did introduce me as his adopted mom to his girlfriend.
I heard that.
I did
yes.
do that.
Yes, you did.
and I did
everybody
adopt
loves
him.
my girlfriend for once.
I did adopt him. I have to
You did?
say.
Oh,
I
well,
did.
okay.
Wait, I didn't see the papers.
Oh no, you're grounded when you go home. They're in the room.
Because I didn't clean my room. I'm sorry. Okay, listen.
I'm only kidding.
I've been a very busy person. I woke up at 7 a.m., went to jury duty, got dismissed in 3 minutes.
Now, why? Okay, now...
Yeah,
before,
because you didn't do your duty the right way.
Before we run out of time, tell us about this. What?
Okay, so I got summoned for jury duty, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The paper got sent to the wrong address, okay, because it was where I used to live. Then I got a call about 2 weeks ago, hey, this paper's here. And my dad went to go pick it up. And, my dad didn't tell me he went to go pick it up, so... My dad calls me one day and goes, hey, I got your papers. I'm like, all right. I pick them up. I look. And I was going to do everything. And then with the whole thing with moving and everything else, I just totally forgot about it till today. Except I prepared and I knew I had to take the day off from work. I didn't know there was any online questions that you needed.
You didn't know it came with a quiz?
No. Don't you know I didn't pass school? Like, I ain't doing no quiz.
Ain't? Oh,
Leave me alone. Here we go.
Oh, God, that crawled up my spine.
You missed out all that fancy book learning. Now you can't do a quiz.
Now they can't learn you nothing.
So...
Whoa, what?
Wait,
Whoa, what?
So what happened? So you go there and they...
I got there. I told them I also forgot my ID.
Oh.
Because I thought it was in my
Do you
pocket.
think you'd need to identify yourself?
I thought I had it in my pocket, to be honest with you. Because I remember looking at it and then looking
Just like
away.
you thought you had your keys in the pocket but left them in a door?
Speaking of, where are my keys? Oh, they're at the house.
So
we're safe.
So what happens now? Do you have to go back?
Yeah, they're going to dismiss it for like some other time. Which
His name will go back into the pool to be brought up again later.
They're going to dismiss the whole case because you...
Oh. You get rid of the whole case.
Do you really want him on your jury? He can't even follow the instructions.
That's a great point.
I don't know.
I got called for jury duty once, but then they didn't need me, and I didn't get picked, and then that was it. That was like 20 years ago, and I haven't been... Have you ever had to serve jury duty?
I got called once, and...
That
was
ago.
forever ago, like in my 20s
I can
maybe.
still remember.
I haven't been called since, but I'll tell you what, I'm not like other people, and I'm not going to pitch a fit, and I'm like, I have to spend a day down there.
Okay, she's throwing shade at me because I took
not
work
you.
off.
No, not you. No, not you. People in general who go, oh, I got called for jury duty. I don't want to do it. I got to take a day off of work. You know what? On the other side of that, there's some poor schlub or a jerk, one of the two, who's on the other side of that and is charged with a crime and might be looking at a lot of money and a lot of jail time, looking at losing their life. And they're hoping that all these people that show up in that jury actually give a care about why they're there and actually care about truth. Because if that person's innocent, they're counting on you to figure that out. If the person's guilty, and in the state of New Hampshire, you feel that it wasn't really a crime if they had done it, or maybe it was a violation of the law but shouldn't have been morally, we have jury nullification here. Juries are very, very important for the person who's in trouble, and the in trouble can happen to anybody. So, if you get called up, kind of think about the fact maybe that there's somebody on the other side of that that's really hoping you're going to have a really genuine look. It might be the victim wanting the criminal held, or it might be the person charged with something that didn't do anything wrong.
All I know is they'll never take me alive.
Seriously,
I'd put up an argument, but I'm a complete
You're
degenerate.
terrible. See, I think that doing your due diligence as a citizen on a jury is important.
But we'll grab this really quick because we're almost out of time. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, listen, jury duty is a problem because of the money. People that make $300-400 a day are being told they're going to get, $30 a day or whatever it is, and you could be tied up for a long time. Jury duty needs to go on a list of volunteers first.
It used to be something that was paid in some areas.
Here's my issue.
Yeah, but
they have this whole crazy system. And you get
but it doesn't pay you enough, though, right?
I think when I got called up, I had to use my own earned time. So you're right about the fact that you don't get paid for it.
That is a problem.
But we don't pay our state legislators here either, so it's not a big surprise.
That was my main issue.
And they write the laws.
I was worried about getting paid.
All right, I'll listen to you on the other end. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
No, I'm still in it. Citizens' responsibility. We have a responsibility to each other and to ourselves.
Why is it my responsibility if whether or not this person, why are you putting it up to me whether or not this person committed this crime?
You're a citizen, and the charge is, when somebody's charged with a crime, they're charged with a crime against the state. We, the people, are the state. You robbed a bank. Our community got hurt.
All right, we got to go. We are out of time. Jenny, thank you. Christian, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to all the
Thank you.
callers, everybody in the Facebook live chat. And if you missed any part of today's show, it'll be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org. And make sure you're back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for the morning show with Peter White. And that's it for us for now. Talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.